checking in. Now, in my last video, I said that I was expecting some new figures and vehicles to arrive, but if that didn't happen, I'd go and unbox and review another older vehicle that I had sitting around. And well, as you can see, the new figures and vehicles didn't arrive. The company I bought them from is slacking off a bit. They have been for a while. A little toy company. So here we go. I thought I would unbox this, and as you can see, it's, like I said, in my mind, it's something pretty special. It's the vintage collection Boba Fett Spaceship Slave 1. Now, I bought this on the secondary market 12 to 18 months ago. I can't remember exactly when, but I believe it was originally released in 2013 as an Amazon exclusive. So in regards to the box, Hasbro have obviously recreated the vintage packaging quite nicely here. They've recreated the scenes using the modern figures, and on the sides of the box you can see a few of the play features, dropping bombs. The side of the body of the vehicle opens up so you can stick some figures in there. It's got firing projectiles. It's got it all going on. And on the back, it's the same image as the front, but it's got the modern vintage collection logo. Alright, here we go. Finally cracked this thing open. It's been sitting in my cupboard for ages. And, here we go. To be honest, I was a little bit nervous about this. I obviously, like I said, bought it quite a while ago, and wasn't sure if there was actually a Slave 1 inside or a bag of sand. But yay! The toy's in there. So as you can see there, I was trying to remove the inner tray and the vehicle without damaging the outer box, and obviously because part of the attraction of the vintage collection line is the packaging, especially with the vehicles. You can open them up and then put them on display anyway, the boxes. So there you go. That is what you get once you open it up. And here's a closer look at what you get, and we'll start off with you get the instruction pamphlet sheet thing. Shows you how to install the wings and the cockpit canopy and the stickers, which I haven't done yet, and it shows you the play features. Pretty standard as usual, although I think I messed up the wings a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure. And you get some stickers. Like I said, I didn't apply them. I hate doing stickers. And next you get I guess you call them the nose cannons, and they include a firing projectile. There's the button that on the back that releases the projectile, and it actually fires pretty well. That could easily take an eye out. And here's I can't remember the exact terms for these. There's mines or bombs or whatever. They plug into the back of the vehicle, and you don't see them in obviously the original trilogy movies. You see them in Attack of the Clones, in Jango Fett's version of the Slave 1. This is another odd thing that's included. It's like a prison cell, I think they call it. Splits in half. You can put a figure in there and then shove it into the, in inverted commas, nose of Slave 1. Very odd. Don't know why they included that. I guess it's another play feature for kids. I would have rather they not included that, but included a full-sized Han Solo in carbonite. And here is the included Han Solo in carbonite, and as you'll soon See, it's a little bit undersized now. Yeah, and it's pretty cheap looking, to be honest. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, that's a bit misrepresentative, but yeah. So he's probably like half the Han Solo and Carbonite is probably half a head too short, maybe a little bit more. So that's a minus, bit of a nitpick, I guess. But and here's the cockpit canopy. I gotta say, it's been painted very well, very clean. Distinctions between the different colours in paint. The weathering it's okay for a mass-produced vehicle. And here are the wings. They do have some. The majority of the wing is like a usual harder plastic, but they do have some sort of rubber pieces on the trailing edge, which I think are like got a little bit warped in storage. I don't know if they'll go back to the normal shape or if you need to heat them up and cool them to get them back into shape, but it's not too bad, I guess. And for the main body of the vehicle, again, yeah, the sculpting is really impressive. It's a decent sized vehicle. It's not as big as your big AT-AT and Millennium Falcon, as you'll see later on, but it's decent size, and the sculpting detail in the body of this is pretty good. All the different panels, the paint's pretty good. Like I said, it's pretty clean. There's no bleeding between the different colours. And this is really odd. This is where they decided to put the Han Solo in carbonite. Yeah, I wish they just got rid of that prison chamber thing at the other end and just so you can just stick the Han Solo in carbonite in there, like you see in the movie. And then there's a sort of walkway gantry type thing. This is how it's packed in the box. It's got one of those translucent rubber bands holding it in place up there for some reason, but so you can move that. Put that flap above that pops down, and that's where the prison chamber goes in. Again, that's very odd to me. But that's Hasbro for you, I guess. So that is that. The panel just snaps back into place. It's pretty seamless for the most part. Looks pretty good. And then on this side of the vehicle, there's a big panel that opens up, which allows you to access the main body of the cargo area. And it's a pretty decent sized area. There's pegs on the floor, heaps of pegs in there. You could, if you really went to the effort, it's a decent sized space. You can get your hand in there, and you could probably fit, I don't know, 3 or 4 figures in there. Yeah, it's a nice play feature. And as you can see here, Vintage Collection Empire Strikes Back version of Boba Fett fits in very nicely. And I think he looks pretty good standing there in his partially constructed slave one. Okay, and here's an attempt to try and give you a close look at the detail on this thing is amazing. Even on the back of the vehicle, which you're probably not going to see most of the time, it's either going to be lying on the back, which is this, or placed up against the wall. But they even went to the effort of detailing the back of the vehicle, and this is absolutely amazing. Not only detailed but painted as well. It's quite scary. The effort and detail and work that went into this, when you compare it especially to the vehicles that are released these days, it's unbelievable. And here's a quick look at the mines or bombs or whatever you want to call them. They slot into that little space there, and there's a button on the side. There's one on either side of the vehicle that release them, and that's pretty cool. Like I said before, it sort of more applies to the Jango Fett version of this vehicle from Attack of the Clones, but yeah, it's a nice play feature to have on this as well. Okay, so there's supposed to be a play feature with this vehicle whereby when you pick it up from horizontal and make it vertical, the cockpit is meant to rotate with the wings, or at least I don't know if they're meant to rotate together or what, but and then the wings are meant to lock in place, and I know it's notorious for playing up this play feature, but yeah, so I had a lot of problems with this. I could get the wings to lock in place when you really forced them, but I thought the cockpit and the wings were sort of meant to be linked together and rotate together, but could not get the cockpit to rotate and lock in place in the vertical sort of flight position. So that was a little bit disappointing, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a known issue. Here's the addition of the cockpit hatch panel thing, and obviously looks a lot better with that on. Fits in there pretty seamlessly, and then also it looks a lot better with the what I call the nose cannons. I don't know what the official term for those is, but there you go. The vehicle is pretty much complete. And here's just a very quick size comparison to some other 3.75 inch vehicles. And that is it for this video. Sorry it's a bit longer than what I've been doing recently. I've been trying to keep my babbling to around 6 or 7 minutes, but for this vehicle I just had to make it a bit longer. I hope it hasn't been too painful for you. I really like this vehicle. It has its flaws, like I said. Some of the accessories are a bit dodgy. The rotating wing cockpit thing is a little bit dodgy, but it looks great. The size is great. I believe the rotating wing cockpit thing can be fixed quite easily. So as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the holy trinity of the 3.75 inch vehicle line. You've got this one, the Slave 1, the big AT-AT, and the big Millennium Falcon. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and may the force be with you.